Summer is coming to a close. For Americans, this weekend is Labor Day, the unofficial end of summer. We're moving from the peak solar energy into the more introspective season of fall. The veil between the worlds hasn't yet thinned to its October peak, but it's definitely becoming more permeable. September is fundamentally a month of balance and transition. This month teaches us about the sacred art of release and preparation. Just as the trees begin to withdraw their energy from their leaves, preparing for winter's rest, we need to examine what we've cultivated through the year and what we're ready to let go of. This video will talk about making those transitions, pagan holidays, moons, and magic spells for the month of September. Hi, I'm Amy, an eclectic pagan and green witch, and I love fall. It's a time of spiritual harvesting, gathering up the wisdom and growth we've achieved, and releasing what no longer serves us. While full autumn colors may still be developing, early September often brings the first changed leaves. I'm experiencing that in Wisconsin. Collect these harbingers of transformation for spells involving change, letting go, and new beginnings. We start the month with the Celtic month of Vine, which starts on September 2nd. Vine embraces a time of transformation, harvest, and introspection, and is associated with vining plants such as brambles and grapes. Grapevines were brought to Great Britain about 2,000 years ago by ancient Romans. Before that, blackberries were considered the vine of choice for making wines. The month of Vine is traditionally a time to gather the fruits of our labors, both literally and metaphorically. The early autumn harvest is in full swing, and it is a time of abundance and celebration. Vine and the drinking of wine symbolizes happiness, but also wrath if you drink too much. And speaking of drinking too much, here is Bacchus. Bacchus is the Roman god of wine, ecstasy, freedom, fruitfulness, and vegetation, and was always up for a party. Bacchus was a very open minded god, and all people in ancient Rome, including slaves, women, and foreigners, were welcome at his festivals and temples. He encourages lively discussions where people can speak their minds openly and honestly. We need more people like Bacchus. September's full moon is traditionally called the corn moon in homage to the harvest season. My grandmother's tribe, the Cree, called it the rutting moon to honor the elk. This year's full moon on the 7th will be very special. It's called a blood moon. There will be a total lunar eclipse and rare moment of totality for some parts of the planet. It will not be visible from the Americas, but will be seen by my friends in Africa, Europe, Asia, and Australia. During a total lunar eclipse, when the sun's light is blocked by Earth's shadow, the moon turns an orange-red color. This is called a blood moon. Well, it appears as an orange-red color. The Inca believed that lunar eclipses were caused by an animal or serpent attacking the moon goddess Mamakea. Their custom was to try to scare away eclipses by making as much noise as possible. Feast of the Starfish, celebrated on the 7th of September, commemorates the connection between Yamaya and the starfish. Starfish symbolize resilience and adaptability. Yamaya is a Yoruba moon goddess governing luck, water, and fertility. She is symbolized by the fish, the color blue, and the crescent moon. She is often portrayed as a beautiful mermaid. Motherly and protective, she watches out for the fishermen at sea. It is said that humans were created when her water broke, which created the rivers and human life. Yamaya fits well into September, as she is seen as a goddess of balance and helps those who struggle with mental health. She rules over the surface of the ocean and is associated with Orisha, Olakin, who represents the darkest depths of the ocean and the unconscious mind. Like the yin and yang, together they form balance. Yamaya is gifted in divination. She is an excellent goddess to honor if you seek to strengthen your divination skills. Deluhun, the casting of cowrie shells, is her specialty. Complete directions for this good luck spell are in my Yamaya article, which I'll link below. Start by placing a bowl of water in the center of your altar and light a blue candle just behind it. You can anoint the candle with a bit of coconut oil if you like. Set 7 cowrie shells around the bowl in a crescent or circle. Hold them for a moment, breathing slowly and imagining them filling with gentle, flowing good fortune. Gaze into the water's surface and say, "Hail, Yamaya, Mother of Waters, Keeper of Life, Compassion and Protection. Bless my path with good fortune that harms none. Let sweet waters flow where I have felt blocked and carry away misfortune. With gratitude and respect, I make this offering." I love this oracle deck by Abiola Abrams. Yamaya is number 40, and Abiola states on her card, "The path of awakening is not straight, comfortable, or easy." That's so true. The goddess declaration for this card is, "I am receiving and radiating love." I highly recommend this deck if you are seeking to expand and grow on your pagan path. I have a link to it in the description. September 14th gives us another Yoruba festival, the Egungun Festival, celebrating and remembering the ancestors. During this time, they revisit their community from the spiritual world. The Egungun Festival features masqueraders and elaborate, colorful costumes who represent the spirits of the departed. The Egungun bring blessings, protection, and prosperity to the living, with the festival providing an opportunity for the communication between the dead and the living. The celebration involves drumming, dancing, and rituals for community blessings and protection. Dancing and feasting are expressions of joy. Weather magic is often needed during September. You may have strong storms or drying drought. Neither would be good for the harvest. Thunderstorms carry powerful magical energy for clearing, cleansing, and transformation work. Tap into the potent energy of a storm, using it to enhance the power and manifestation of spells, charging magical tools, or add a burst of energy to your practice. Drought can also occur in early fall. Droughts trigger a need for magic to bring rain or make a request for rain. A rain dance is a ceremonial dance traditionally performed by various cultures, such as Native American and African, to ritually invoke rain, ensure good harvest, and cleanse the earth of negative spirits. But you may choose to do a dance and call on your patron deity for rain. September mornings often bring heavy dew, which is especially magical. Collect dew at dawn for purification rituals, or simply walk barefoot through dewy grass to ground yourself in the season's energy. We are celebrating the harvest. You may have your own garden to harvest or take time to visit a local farmer's market. Practice gratitude. When I am harvesting from my garden, I like to lift up a simple prayer of thanks to the gods. A fun magical craft to do is to make a corn doll from the husks of the corn cob. In many ancient agricultural societies, the final sheaf was believed to contain the essence or spirit of the grain, and crafting it into a doll was a way to honor and protect this spirit through the winter months. Corn dollies serve as a physical representation of the harvest energy and the cycle of life, and can be used as offerings to deities or as a symbol of protection for your home. While we're harvesting fruit and veggies, we're also gathering seeds for next year's plantings. You can collect seeds from your garden or forage responsibly for seeds in nature. Look for native flowers and green spaces in your area. Gather seeds and plant your own native flower garden. This connects you to the eternal cycle of death and rebirth, and it also greatly helps wild birds and insects. Monday, September 22nd, 2025, will be the autumn or fall equinox. On this day, the sun crosses the celestial equator, resulting in nearly equal daylight and nighttime hours. It marks the official beginning of autumn, a time when the days start to shorten and the nights grow longer. The fall equinox is a moment of balance and transition, symbolizing that gradual shift from the warmth and abundance of summer to the cooler, more introspective season of fall. Mabon is the pagan or Wiccan harvest festival that honors the earth's bounty and the balance between light and dark. We use this time to give thanks to farmers and the fruits of their labor, both literal and metaphorical, and to prepare for the coming winter. The equinox's theme of balance resonates deeply in our pagan practice, reminding us of the importance of harmony within ourselves and the natural world. It's a time for introspective and giving back to the community and recognizing the cycle nature of life. The Roman goddess Pomona cares for and watches over fruit orchards. Her feast day is actually August 13th at the beginning of the apple harvest, but we continue to honor her through Samhain. Apples are some of the oldest used fruits for magic on the planet. They are called upon in rituals to improve abundance, love, happiness, health, and power. An apple pie is a great way to combine magic and baking. Plant an apple tree, use fruits and nuts in your spells. Check out my video on Pomona for more apple magic. Haustblot is the Norse fall equinox feast. It is typically held mid-September, corresponding with Mabon on the Wiccan calendar. However, the holiday is somewhat fluid based on the location and the harvesting calendar. Freyr and Freya are prominent in this festival, and offerings are made to them. Haustblot is a time of harvesting crops and preparing for winter. In many Nordic lands, there are only two seasons, winter and spring or summer. This was a critical time of year for our ancestors. The harvest was important so that people could survive during the cold, short days of winter. Fear of starvation was a real thing. Skadi is goddess of winter and the hunt. I often see her described as honorable and very powerful. As the god of harvest, Freyr plays a large role in worship during this season. He brings rain and sunshine, essential for good harvests. This is a time to reflect on achievements and gratitude for Earth's gifts. I have an article with many suggestions on ways to celebrate. One of the things that our ancestors would have done during this time is to care for their livestock. Animals would have been brought down from summer grazing areas to be closer to shelter and safe from winter storms. Taking care of your own pets during this time can honor that tradition. Make sure your four-legged friends, or no legs if you have snakes, are in good health. The energy of September is both grounding and transformative. The Earth's element is strong now. Enjoy the last days of warm weather to walk barefoot and experience that connection to the Earth. Thank you very much for joining me, and I hope this video was helpful. Thanks again, and have a wonderful, witchy day.